Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, non-binaries of all ages, welcome to How to Make a Literal Cat in your favorite RPG. If you're here to learn how to do character creation the right way, you're in the wrong place because we're doing cat creation on this podcast. I am one of your hosts. My name's Joel.
I am another one of your hosts. Nope, that's not right.
One of your holes?
No, I don't want to be that. I am another one of your hosts, Avalon. Welcome, everybody.
Hello, Avalon.
Hi, Joel. How's it going?
For the record, dear audience members, I also do not want to be one of your holes. Anyway, I'm doing all right.
Good to know. So, this new season is upon us. A season regarded around the world as winter, specifically for English speakers. And, you know, I love winter. Winter is honestly my favorite season. But sometimes winter can get a little wild. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's almost like the Wild West of seasons.
Yeah, you never know what can happen in winter.
Yeah, which is why we're doing a special event for the months of December to February that we are calling Wild West Winter. This works about the same way, literally the exact same way anime summer season worked. It's literally the same concept.
Yep, we're going to take a look at a bunch of different Wild West games throughout the winter, specifically 6 of them, and we're going to be making some cowboy cats.
Heck yeah.
Yee-haw, partner.
It's always yee-haw, never how ye.
Haw-yee. They never ask haw-yee, dude.
Never. Play that one sad cat meowing song from TikTok.
Yeah. So, fun fact about some cowboy lingo. I found out that howdy is actually an abbreviation of how do you do. That's why they used to say howdy doody.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But on this show, we say Meowdy, so what would that be? Meowdy...
Meowdy do?
Yeah, Meowdy Dooey?
Meowdy doody? Meowdy mewdy.
Or wait, would it be, like one letter wait, how many letters displaced from H is M? 4 letters. So how many letters E, F, G, H? So Meowdy Hooty?
Meowdy hooty, there you go.
This is not going to be the tagline of the thing.
Yeah, no.
Editor's note, it could totally become the tagline of the thing.
Good to know. But yeah, well, what are we starting off with, Joel? What's our Wild West game for the day?
Well, the easiest game for me to obtain from our list of... I had 7 games in total. The easiest one for me to obtain was one called Cowboy World.
Oh my gosh, a whole world of cowboys? Sounds so cool.
Basically, in the early days of Apocalypse World hacks, I think even before Powered by the Apocalypse was just like a commonly understood thing. I could be wrong about that. My history on like the early 2000s to like 2010s RPG history, not super great, but Apocalypse World started the Powered by the Apocalypse trend, hence the name of the thing, right? But
Mm-hmm.
all of the early Apocalypse World hacks, well, not literally all of them, but most of them were called like Cowboy World, Dungeon World, or World of something. Like I was just talking with Avalon about this the other day. Amit Moshe, the guy who makes City of Mist, Otherscape, Queers, and Legend in the Mist, you know, Son of Oak Game Studios. That guy, as far as I can tell, his first foray into the Powered by the Apocalypse system was a Game of Thrones fan hack of Apocalypse World.
Oh, wow.
One of 2 people to make an RPG called A World of Ice and Fire.
I see a nice name flip there.
Yep. But anyway, long story short, this is one of those RPGs. One of those from that era of Apocalypse World hacks. And I think this one takes a lot of inspiration from Dungeon World in particular, because this was made by Street Rat Games. Cowboy World is, as far as I can tell, like their only like fully published standalone game. Everything else they've done is a supplement for Dungeon World. And it started with a custom playbook called the Street Rat.
I really need to look at the Street Rat.
Could be. Though, I don't really want to do Dungeon World. That's not a game that has had good press associated with it since before 2019.
Ooh, yikes.
Anyway.
Okay, so before we dive into the Cowboy World character creation, we have some character creations of rules of our own, the cat creation rules.
Yeah, these are rules that our show follows to make sure that we stay on target, on brand, on cats.
Yes.
Rule number 1 of which is, we accept no cop-outs. We're making a cat, which is the exact animal that comes to mind when I say the word. No anthropomorphic races, no people turned into cats, no lions, tigers, or any other cop-out you can imagine.
Rule number 2 is we cannot use homebrew/house rules. If the rules in the rulebook do not explicitly allow something to happen, we count it as a rule broken. If we come across rules as written versus rules as intended, we go with whichever one tells us no, and we'll mark it.
If the game includes stats for a literal cat, this is rule 3 by the way, those must be used or adapted to the game's character sheet.
Do we have those this time? I doubt it, but just in case.
I don't think there's literal cat stats. I don't think that there's stat blocks in this entire book, to be honest with you.
Alright, fair enough. Then, on to rule number 4. The character, class, background, playbook, job, what have you, must exist in the game's core rules or as part of an official expansion. Again, we cannot use homebrew classes. They don't exist. And we are just looking at the core rules. I don't believe this game has any expansions.
Nah, not unless you want to look at some Dungeon World expansions.
Yeah.
That's not even for the right game.
Yeah.
Rule number 5 is, the cat can learn any skill available to its class, even if it's not something a cat could normally be trained to do.
Rule number 6 is, if a tool would be physically impossible for a literal cat to use, even if comically downsized for them, they cannot use it.
So, that might make using a 6-shooter kinda hard, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Rule number 7 is, if a character sheet has a section that is meant to be filled out in collaboration with the whole table, we leave that blank so potential players can make it fit the group they're playing with.
Yes. I do believe this character creator has a group section too, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Yep.
And finally, rule number 8 is we have to keep track of every rule that we break, so we can let you know how to convince your DM, GM, whatever, to let you play this cat.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called in Cowboy World. Probably Game Master.
Yeah, I think Game Master is just the overarching term for it.
Wizards of the Coast literally copyrighted Dungeon Master, so you can't call it that.
That's so dumb. Other games have dungeons, guys. Come on.
Yeah. Other games have dragons too, but you don't see them complaining about that.
Come on. We all know that D&D didn't invent the concept of dragons. They probably didn't invent the concept of dungeons either. What am I saying?
They definitely did not invent either of those things.
Alright. Well, should we hop in and take a look at the Cowboy World?
Yeah, so some stuff here in the rules for character creation that I think it begins on page 23 that I think is good to note. Player characters must be competent, player characters must have a reason to be together, and player characters should complement each other. Or, in our case, everyone else should complement the existence of this cat.
Mm-hmm.
Because the cat was made first.
Exactly. You know, they say which came first, the cat or the egg. We all know it was the cat.
Yep. Also, the cat eats the egg.
Exactly. So there is no egg in this equation. It's just the cat.
Exactly. If you want to make the chicken as well, that also probably wouldn't be safe or complimentary to the cat.
It'd go complimentary with some dipping sauce, though, am I right?
Heyo.
Alright. So they do have some stuff under this.
Yep. We have character creation steps, but there's also in the, handout, which is where the character sheet is, a little character creation cheat sheet.
This, wow. This sheet is very cheaty. There's a lot of information on here.
Yep. So, we'll get into that when we get to it. But, so the character creation steps, as listed in the book, which they say, use the character creation cheat sheet. So we are supposed to use that.
Okay.
But step 1 that they give us is decide on a theme for your group. Whoops. Step 2, decide on the basics. Name, gender, age, and look.
Pretty standard stuff.
I guess we're doing that first.
Yeah, a lot of games have us do that at the end, and a lot of other games just don't even tell you when to do that.
I'm going to Google a couple things. So, the Wild West time period was from 1607 to 1912. So, I'm just going to Google 1700s names.
Out to 1912?
I mean, when did California become a state?
It's a good question. I'm just baffled by that because my great grandpa, when he was alive, he was born in 1903. So I'm like, he lived in cowboy times, not for long, but I mean, he did. Also, California became a state on September 9th, 1850. Cowboy times were a little after that, too.
See, the last state was added in 1959, and that was Hawaii. Just kind of a disservice to Hawaii, not gonna lie. But
California was the 31st state? Really? It seems low. Like, I figured it'd be at least in the 40s.
Oh, Alaska was also added in 1959.
Makes sense.
Anyway, so we've got... Oh, some of these names look familiar. Olivia, Emily, Ella, Wesley, Christian, Arthur, Skylar, Samantha. I guess names come and go in style, you know?
Yeah.
We got Patrick, Gracie, Salem, Cat... Salem and Cash would be fun ones to explore as a character name for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
Okay. What about Salem Cash, the cat?
I do like that a lot, Salem Cash. They call me Cash. Salem Cash. So we got our name. What age are we thinking? Are we thinking like this is an old wanderer, you know, been around a bit? Or are we thinking this is like...
Yeah, in his late 30s, maybe 40s, which in cat terms would be, let's see, they live 12 to 18 years on average, so I don't know, maybe like 10.
10, you think? Okay.
That would be a grizzled old wanderer.
True. He's got like the little beard type thing that some cats have where like there's a little more fur that grows under their chin.
Yeah, or maybe just whatever the heck Puss in Boots had in Puss in Boots 2.
Yeah. I forgot they did straight up just like give him a beard.
They did do that.
Thank God they removed that pretty quickly into that movie because it was pretty unsettling.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So yeah, New Mexico and Arizona were added to the Union in 1912, which is probably why that was considered the end of the Wild West.
Okay. Yeah. That makes sense. Damn, California got statehood for...
Hey, that would be, what, Southwest, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Southwest.
A lot of that would have still been, like, territory of Spain when that expansion began. Like, it would have been the Northwest that we bought from France.
Yep. Huh.
And even then, technically, you know, that was still mostly controlled, at least, by the Native Americans until we screwed everything up.
Classic Americans screwing everything up.
Anyway, back on track. We are kind of playing a game that is in the era of Americans screwing everything up. But, you know, you still get the fun legends out of it. So that's what we're gonna focus on for the next 6 episodes.
Exactly. I learned so much about the world when we do these episodes, you know? Okay, what does this cat look like? What is Salem?
Let's see. Salem.
Black cat, pretty standard for a cat named Salem.
Yeah. Maybe graying a bit. Got that salt and pepper going on.
Is that what we want to go with?
Why not?
Alright. Black tabby with lots of gray hairs.
Yeah, that's right. And then I see the gender is pronouns. Or did you just put that there as a placeholder?
I put it there as a placeholder, but... Because as soon as I saw gender, I was like, this motherfucker's got pronouns.
Okay, that makes sense.
So yeah, what pronouns are we thinking?
Honestly, with a name like Salem Cash, it could be male or female.
I mean, we could just do a they-them cat.
We could do that. Maybe no one knows.
Yeah, they like to be elusive, you know?
Maybe because no one knows, it goes by any pronouns.
Ooh, true.
In one town, they think it's a girl, and another one, they think it's a boy.
I like that.
No consensus.
Any pronouns works.
You get to decide for yourself what you think the cat might be.
Yeah, you get to play this cat, you can pick any pronouns you want.
Yep.
He, her, Zeezer, whatever.
He, because you're playing a silly little guy.
True. Alright, so we have our look and stuff.
Yep.
Up next on our steps is the high concept, which is your archetype, your twist, and your history.
So based on, like, the credits that was listed at the beginning of the book, which I did have a chance to look at before we got started, this is kind of inspired by fate. So these are kinds of things that we just, you know, get to decide about our character, and whatever we decide becomes true about the character.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just looking at the list, and I like the idea of either retired outlaw or bounty hunter.
Ooh.
I saw you highlight the Cat House Madam, and I'm pretty sure that's like a prostitute thing.
Yeah, I saw Cat House and I was like, ooh, and then I was like, wait a minute. Not what our lad here is. I think retired outlaw works for the story.
Yeah.
But bounty hunter is pretty fun. Could he be both?
Mm-hmm. I mean, we could always just we don't have to choose from the list. We could say the lone wanderer.
Fuck yeah, I love that. We could also say retired bounty hunter or old bounty hunter. I don't know. Yeah. But the lone wanderer sounds dope, so.
Yeah.
We'll stick with it. Okay, so Twist. Just in history in the same spot. Let's see. Twist, what makes your character unique, interesting, and awesome? God, do you have to be all three of those? It's so hard to do.
We're a lone wanderer with a twist.
We're not alone, because this is a group game.
Yeah, well, we were alone.
Right.
Okay. For the twists in history, I feel like we could kind of potentially lean into the, inherent silly nature of playing as a cat in this game a little bit by, the lone wanderer with a little asterisk there. And the asterisk is hasn't ever actually left one town.
Oh.
Just because of how, the Wild West works. And it's this cat wanders around one town and, and just acts like a big shot cowboy who's seen everywhere and everything.
Yeah, it's I've been all over the world. I've wandered for days, for miles. You wouldn't believe the things I've seen. It's just the edge of town.
Yeah, one edge of town to the other, which maybe is a day or two's walk for him, but
Yeah. So that the twist has never left town?
I think that's our history, maybe. I think the twist is inflated sense of accomplishment.
Okay, yeah.
The lone wanderer with an inflated sense of accomplishment who has never actually left his hometown. And here we've turned an incredibly cool concept of a character into the funniest thing ever.
I do love the idea. I mean, because that's not unheard of. Just somebody talking a big game and then you find out and it's oh, they've actually not done any of the stuff that they've said. But just the fact that this cat is oh, I've totally 100% they have wandered for miles. It's just that this town is so spread out and they have short legs.
Exactly.
So they're not lying, but
it's not as nearly as impressive as they make it sound.
Yeah. All right, I dig it.
Meowdy partners, welcome to the first mid-roll of Wild West Winter.
I hope you're all having a grand old time on your ranches and in your saloons. We got some announcements to get through. I guess that's what they're called. I was thinking of a town crier. Is there an equivalent to a town crier in medieval times?
I don't know.
Then you can listen to the ramblings from the town drunk.
There you go. That probably fits our vibe better anyway. I say, doing this completely sober.
Yeah, same.
Maybe next time.
Oh?
I'm kidding. We're not doing that.
When are we going to do an after hours episode, Joel?
Literally every single episode is recorded after normal work hours.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. A after hours. Late night.
I don't know, man. If you want to do the midnight cat or something, I don't know. What would you call that?
We'll figure it out in post. Let's get into some stuff about the show.
Yeah. So I think we should go ahead and start with the information about the theme, because this is relevant mostly to our Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
Wild West Winter is a theme that was chosen by our patrons. We gave them a few options, and they voted for Wild West Winter over, what was the other thing? Fall Spooktacular?
Yes.
So every year, we're going to put out a new poll for our audience to choose the next theme.
Yep, and you'll be able to go vote on that if you become a patron over at patreon.com/badgertrove.
Any tier can participate in the polls.
Yep, we mentioned before, our lowest tier is $2. It's the easiest way to support us, help us, fund our TTRPG spending, and, a good way for you to interact.
Yeah. If you want to find other ways to interact with us, though, that don't involve going to our Patreon, you can always go to badgertrove.com/literalcatpod, where you will find our links to anywhere else on the web that the podcast exists. As well as general information about the show.
Yep.
If you want to just skip straight to following us on social media, though, we are Literal Cat Pod everywhere. Right now is a good time to start following us on Blue Sky, though. We have, in the last, week or two, gone from double-digit followers to triple. We came so close to hitting 700 followers before we were sat down to record this mid-roll.
I think we are genuinely 4 followers away from 700, which is insane to me. We shot up so fast. I don't know where you all are coming from, but thank you for being here. We appreciate it.
Yeah. If you are one of those nearly 600 odd people who followed us since the start of November, welcome.
Yeah. Glad you could be here. Be sure to interact. We'll be active on Blue Sky a lot now, I'm sure, as well as other social medias where we're at.
Not Twitter anymore, though.
Yeah, no.
I have locked that account down. You cannot follow us there anymore. We're not even posting to it.
Nope.
Anyway, so we've told everyone about the website. We've told them about the socials. We've told them about the Patreon. Is there anything else important that they should think to do to interact with us?
Yes, there is one more thing. If you are new and you are enjoying the show, we would greatly appreciate some rates and reviews. You can rate and review us on your podcasting app of choice, most notably being Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Just go in there, write a little review, tell people what you think of the show. It really helps boost us in the algorithm, because even with all the followers on Blue Sky, not all of those equate to listeners. And if we want to get more listeners, a good way to do it is by getting us up in the ratings, and the algorithm will be like, hey, people like this show, let's show it to other people.
Exactly. I know he said that if you're a new listener, you can do that, but if you're a returning listener, I know that some of you have not rated or reviewed, because I can see our ratings and reviews on the most popular rating and review sources, and there's a grand total of 5 of you who have actually given us a rating and or review.
Yes, and we appreciate all 5 of you that have.
Wait, it might be 4.
We appreciate all 4 of you that have, and the 1 of you that is about to.
Yeah, just watch. Someone already makes this incorrect by time December starts. We'll see.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I think that's it for the show. Joel, do you want to say what you're doing?
I mean, sure. I am currently working on my first, major project for YouTube for Omammer. A few weeks ago at this point, really last month, the beginning of last month, I did a stream where I did, my first, tier list rating Slime Girl waifu characters. And I have finished editing the main body. I've got a few things left to finish up, some polish, but it will probably be up on my YouTube channel by this point, and if it gets less than 10 views, I am going to cry. I put in way too much work on this video for single digits.
I'll be there refreshing the page for you, Joel. Get those numbers up.
Thank you, Avalon. Anyway, so that's it for me. Just go follow me on Twitch, Blue Sky, TikTok, YouTube especially, at OmammerVT. That's where the magic happens.
All right. As for me, I'm still doing stuff over on Twitch. I'm looking to get some other things started, but, working full-time is really hard to get my off-the-job grind going.
Man, working part-time even interferes.
Oh, yeah, I bet. Work just takes a lot out of you.
It sure does.
You'll be able to catch me here and there on Twitch at Avalon Alchemist. I am planning on setting up an actual stream schedule soon, so if you want to get that, go follow me on Blue Sky, also at Avalon Alchemist, to get any updates on that when they come through. But other than that, you can catch me on most socials. I still occasionally peruse Twitter. I'm on Tumblr, and I'm on TikTok. Again, all at Avalon Alchemist. So, yeah, I'll see you over there. But that's it for me.
All right.
Anything else to mention?
No, I think that's it for both of us then. Let's go ahead and get everyone back to the episode.
All right. Yeehaw, partners. We'll see you in the rest of it.
Next up is Attributes and skills. Assign your attributes mind, body, and soul.
Oh boy.
So allocate the modifiers -1, 0, and 1 to the 3 attributes body, mind, and soul. I feel like, considering what we've already established, maybe a -1 to body.
Yeah, the old factor.
Yep. But this cat's got spirit, so maybe we put +1 soul.
I dig it. Mind makes sense being a 0, because, maybe he's old, maybe he's not all there, but he hasn't lost it yet.
Yeah. But also, like, even if he was a young cat, with the accomplishments he claims to have.
Yeah.
Just, like, does not demonstrate a solid understanding of the world beyond its town.
Yeah. This idiot doesn't even know that California exists.
Yeah.
So we have our attributes.
Yep.
Okay, so grit, fame, and infamy all start at 0. Is this what it says next?
Yeah, I don't even think we need to do anything there. Y'all know what that's supposed to be.
Then, up next is choose your starting skills and write them in the starting skill slots. Write a sentence about each to say why you have those skills.
Oh boy.
And we have... How many starting skills do we have? We have
How many are we supposed to have?
7 starting skills.
Oh boy, and we're supposed to...
Are we supposed to fill out all of them?
Are we?
I guess so. Just
Okay.
write them in the starting skill slots. There are 6 starting skills.
Wait, 6 or 7?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, 7. Sorry.
Okay.
So yeah, we have 3 lists. Does the book say anything about skills?
Skills. Page 35. Or 36, I guess, in the PDF. All the starting skill slots on the character sheet must be filled. Each skill must be tied fictionally to the character's high concept and history. Negative skills must come from different attribute groups. Custom skills that are not on the list are encouraged. And negative skills may not be custom or specialist skills.
Okay.
And the ones with the asterisks are the specialist skills.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Let's see. I guess, would the thing to do be to maybe start with our negative skills?
Yeah, we can do that. Figure out what we're bad at first. Or I guess, rather, something we can do but we're not as good at.
Yeah. But I think the way it works is, like, if you look at the character sheet, they have the point, and then it says plus attribute. So I think we're supposed to, like, say, so it's, like, we could put, like, stealth +2, but since that's a body skill, it would be +2 -1. So we'd have a 1 in stealth if we made that one of our +2s.
Yeah.
Just as an example.
Gotcha. I don't want to worry about min-maxing. I feel like, okay, I can see a couple on here that we should be good at for sure.
Okay. I kind of want to do, like, athletics and acrobatics as a negative.
Yeah.
So we'd have a -2 to athletics and acrobatics. And then I am good or bad at this because I'm getting up there in years. So we can't choose another negative body skill for our... Like, we can't have that as our other negative. So, let's see. What's something else we're bad at? Gambling.
Gambling? I don't know. I feel like old men are pretty good at gambling, though. Like, they know.
It could be. But this is a cat.
Maybe? True.
I feel like we could easily be bad at gambling, business, mechanics. But then again, those are things we'd actually have the ability to roll on if we put those on the character sheet, even if they're negative.
Yeah.
So it would be funny to say that the cat could gamble.
Yeah, I was about to say, I do like the idea of the cat being able to gamble.
It's just really bad at it.
Yeah. They can't properly voice their concerns to whoever they're gambling with.
That is pretty funny.
I'm putting it on there.
Okay. I was gonna say, the thing that maybe makes sense based on everything else we know about the character is awareness.
Yeah, I was also looking at awareness. We can change it to awareness. Poor eyesight.
Yeah.
Maybe we're actually really good at gambling.
Maybe.
Awareness is mind, right?
Yeah, awareness is a mind skill. I feel like, though, conversely, we could be very good at investigation.
Okay. So, bad at awareness, but good at investigating.
Yeah.
So, okay. I feel like awareness is more like passive and investigating is active,
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, awareness would be like just noticing details in the environment. Investigation implies an additional level of scrutiny.
Yeah. And this cat's seen a lot of things in their days.
Mm-hmm.
Does that just want to be one of our +1s then?
I don't know. Do you want a +1 or +2? I feel like it could be a thing that we're actually, like, really good at, is, like, putting stuff under scrutiny.
I mean, if you've ever talked to an old person, they are very good at scrutinizing. All right,
exactly.
We'll put it at a +2.
Okay.
Investigation. Then that is a mind skill.
Yep.
And I mean, what should the reasoning for this be? I'm good at this because I hate those whippersnappers.
I have a nose for trouble.
Ooh, that's good. I like the flavor text there.
It works in the fact that a lot of animals have better senses of smell than humans.
Exactly. Sick. Another one that I was looking at for something we could be good at is charm.
Under soul?
Yeah.
I feel like that's an easy +2.
Yeah. I feel like we gotta.
We're really charming.
I'm really good at this because...
everyone wants to pet the cat.
Good point, good point. I'm easy on the eyes, maybe?
Maybe. Yeah, let's go with that.
Okay. Feels like something an old person would say.
Yep.
My, you are easy on the eyes.
The other thing that I think that we're pretty good at, also a soul skill, provoke.
Oh, easily we're good at provoking. We talk such a big game. Gotta be.
Yep.
Good at this because...
I know what buttons to push.
Yeah, I know what buttons to push, and I know what triggers to pull.
I know it's going to be a +0 total, but I feel like we have to let this cat roll stealth.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that's pretty given right there. Body.
Yep, and I am good at this because basically I'm very small.
Exactly. Easy to hide, you know.
Mm-hmm. Now, what's the last one?
I mean, gambling is still an...
Yeah.
Also, I want to point this out because I think it's funny too. The book does say slay of hand instead of sleight of hand. Really good at handing out presents, you know. I'm best buds with the claws.
Okay. I do think it would be funny to make this cat, like, capable of gambling. But I also think that, like, if we want to go with a skill that actually makes sense, then we could do nerve because this cat thinks it's seen it all.
Where is nerve?
It's a soul skill.
Yeah. Nerve is a very fitting skill for this guy.
Yep. Nothing phases this cat anymore. The only downside of taking it is we can't make the cat gamble.
You know where you can make a cat gamble? Web fishing, apparently.
I have not played web fishing.
I haven't either, but I've seen so many clips I want to start. Looks like such a goofy game. I love it.
Maybe I should check it out.
It's only $5.
Not too bad then.
I am good at this because...
I've seen it all.
I've seen it all.
Parentheses, my nerves are already shot.
Okay. Alright, so we have our starting skills. I'm going to reread through these real quick. So we have charm, investigation, provoke, stealth, nerve, awareness, and athletics/acrobatics. Those are in descending order of +2, +2, +1, +1, -1, and -1.
Now, the good news is there is room for you to add more skills as improvements.
Mm-hmm.
So you, listening at home, could still make this cat gamble.
And if you do, please let us know how it goes.
Please, I'm begging you. Alright, let's see, what's our next step then? Choose your belief, goal, and issue. Belief examples are all men are equal with inalienable rights, we must bring the light of civilization, law and order is everything, laws for the weak, money rules the world, etc., etc. I don't think we have to use these exactly, but it does have to be anchored in the game's fiction, so something from what's his name? I want to say Johnny Cash, but that's the singer. Who's the actor who's in all the old westerns?
Oh, dang it. I know who you're talking about. I cannot remember his name.
John Wayne, that's who I'm thinking of.
John Wayne. Yep.
Or Clint Eastwood.
Clint Eastwood is also very well-known Wild West.
Yeah, if you want one who's still alive. I think he's still alive. Is Clint Eastwood still alive?
I think so.
Former mayor? What?
Wait, this is the same Clint Eastwood. And I guess he is still alive. He is 94 years old.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah, he's 30th mayor of Carmel by the Sea. In office from April 8th, 1986 to April 12th, 1988. Interesting.
Oh, not too long then.
Yeah, 2 years. That's one term.
Yeah, went right back to making movies after that, I'm sure.
I'm sure, yeah, he got bored in office. He's like, I can't even fake shoot people in here. They'll send me to HR.
Oh, anyway.
What should this cat's beliefs be?
Probably better than actual John Wayne and Clint Eastwood's.
Yeah, probably. What if we do, like, I was destined to be the best in the West, or something like that? Or I was destined to protect this town, maybe? Because, like, trying to think, does the cat know that it's only been in one town?
I don't know if it does or not. I think, though, like, it's my duty to protect my home, or something like that, you know?
Uh-huh.
That does make sense.
Yeah. I've been protecting this place from bandits for years.
Yep.
It's my duty to protect my home. His call of duty, one might say.
Therefore, my goal is to, I don't know, rid this land of outlaws.
Yeah, that works. I think that's what he talks a big game about.
Yep.
I drove many a ne'er-do-well out this town. Believe me, you don't want to see what I'm like when I'm angry.
My issue is, I am addicted to blank. I am obsessed with blank. I have a compulsion to blank. Distracted by blank. Afraid of blank. I lie about blank. Made
all
an
of
enemy
these,
blank.
The answer is gambling. Addicted to gambling, obsessed with gambling, compulsion, distracted, and afraid.
I don't think we can, because we didn't actually take gambling as a skill that we were
Yeah.
either good or bad at. I don't think we can do that. But I like either I am afraid of blank, I am distracted by blank, or I am naive about blank.
Ooh, naive about is so on the nose here.
Yeah.
I feel like we have to. I'm naive about everything.
I am naive about how the world actually works.
Yeah.
Or ignorant.
What's the difference between naive and ignorant?
Naive is like, you don't have experience. Ignorant is, you don't have knowledge.
Oh, okay. Uneducated. Yeah, I think ignorant might be the better... I mean, well, naive also would work, but not necessarily for how the world works.
Yeah. Like, naive would be like, okay, I understand the concepts of law and order, but I don't really have any sense of how that is applied in a world full of desperate people, or, you know, something like that.
Yeah.
That would be being naive.
Okay.
So, my issue is I am completely ignorant about how the world actually works.
Let me add that adjective in there real quick.
Oh, okay.
Alright. Up next, choose your gear.
Yeah. Well, next, actually, we're supposed to pick bonds with our party members, but we don't have a party yet, so we're gonna skip that. As for our gear and wealth, we have a horse and a saddle, we have a firearm. I think we're gonna have to pass on those, actually.
If you have a shoot skill, you have 2 firearms? What?
Heck yeah. Someone can make the cat gun, you can give this cat the shoot skill, and then it can carry 2 cat guns, apparently.
There you go. The cat is your oyster when you play it.
I think you're going to need an engineering member of your party, though, for that to work.
Yeah.
This cat cannot do it by itself. He ain't that smart.
Too ignorant about that stuff.
Yep.
He says you have all the stuff that is necessary for your occupation. We don't have an occupation, is the thing.
No.
I think that lands us in the broke category.
Maybe. Yeah, I feel like that. Okay, so the description of these is you're either rich, comfortable, poor, or broke, according to your high concept in history. The description of broke is you probably have to sleep under a tree, but you can still buy some beans and stale bread. For anything more than that, you'll have to beg or steal.
Poor could also work. Maybe he's a tavern cat, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, maybe there is someone who's actually taking care of this cat. Who knows?
Yeah, I like to think of that as like, you know how like sometimes in old westerns, like the sheriff will hang out in the tavern?
Yeah.
I
Or maybe
like
the cat hangs out at the sheriff's office.
Oh, actually, yeah, I like that more.
That's how this cat got its whole, like, idea of how it is and how the world works, because it just listens to the sheriff talk all day.
Yeah. So does that go under wealth, then?
Yeah, I think we'd be poor.
Poor. So living at the sheriff's office, I mean, yeah, that's it.
Yep.
Gear?
I don't think we can have gear.
Bandana, at least.
Okay, yeah, the cat's got a bandana.
Okay.
Maybe a badge.
Oh, yeah, like a deputy badge.
Yeah, that it just wear maybe a little, like, you know how some, like, pets will have, like, collars with tags on them?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe this cat has a little tag that's in the shape of a deputy's badge, and it's not actually giving it authority. It just says, if found, return to sheriff's station, but still.
Nice. What color should this bandana be? Thinking...
Okay, so the cat is black with some, like, silver hairs, right?
Yes.
Let's
Red
see.
bandana seems pretty basic.
Right, but it would also maybe imply some wealth, because red dye, like, you know, if it's like a pure bright red color, that's not something you can just, like, get anywhere.
Yeah. Maybe, okay, so maybe something more toned down. Maybe like a blue?
I don't know, what was the color that was, like, super hard to come by for a long, long time? Like, purple, I think?
Purple, yeah. Purple was always...
Okay, so blue's fine. Like, maybe a light blue.
Okay, yeah. So not like... There's not a lot of dye in here. Maybe it was made in a large batch.
Faded blue bandana, you know?
Okay, yeah, that works.
Just make this cat look like a cop.
I need fan art of this cat now. The second this
faded
episode drops.
navy blue bandana. There we go.
Okay.
The sheriff used to serve in the army, you know, back in the day.
Oh, yeah, real. Alright, so I think that's all for our gear. Because, yeah, the gear section basically just says you have everything you need.
And I think that's all for our character.
Yep, the last 3 steps in here are table discussions, bonds with other players, and telling others about your bonds.
So, we can't do that here, so we are done.
That felt like it flew by, I'm not gonna lie.
It really did. But you know, time does fly when you're having fun in the Wild West.
That's so true, yeah.
Well, you know, a lot of that time we did spend fixing my internet connectivity issues, so.
And yapping about, honestly, I don't even remember what we were talking about before we started recording.
Oh, JoJo's.
Oh, right, JoJo's. Did JoJo's have a Wild West section at all? Because I know it kind of goes, like, throughout the years, doesn't it?
Yes, there are 2 sections that are kind of like that. Part 7 is called Steel Ball Run. It kind of goes to, like, Wild West, Cowboys and Indians era. But also, the 3rd JoJo is based on Clint Eastwood, so...
Oh, incredible. Alright, sick. Well, there you have it. That is Salem Cash.
Everyone's really hoping that Steel Ball Run gets animated.
Oh, is it not animated yet?
No, we don't have Part 7 yet.
Unfortunate.
Anyway, Salem Cash, the lone wanderer, who has an inflated sense of accomplishment and has never actually left his hometown.
I love that so much.
Or hers. We don't actually know. The sheriff doesn't talk about it, and no one else is quite sure.
Yeah, they just kind of roam around.
Exactly.
How many rules did we break, Joel?
I think only one. I think by not giving the cat a horse, saddle, or gun, we broke the expectations of the gear that we would have.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I'm not 100% sure that we were supposed to play as a cat, or, you know, anything that couldn't carry a gun.
Yeah, so the intention to play as a human is most likely there, so that is...
Yeah. Well, I don't know. There is rules for playing a Weird West in Cowboy World, so, you know, that could be aliens.
Good old Cowboys and Aliens. It's a movie, isn't it?
Is it? I feel like it's a movie.
Cowboys versus Aliens? I'm getting a lot of Cowboys versus other NFL football teams. Yeah, Cowboys versus Aliens.
Oh, starring Daniel Craig.
Dang.
What do you know?
Dang.
That's Walton Goggins. Like, if anyone ever, like, looked like that would be their name.
Yeah, he definitely looks like Walton Goggins. This is such a bad photo of him. Why is this, like, the first one?
I don't know why that's the main thing.
Okay, that's why he looked familiar to me, but I wasn't super on the money, because he was in Fallout.
Like, yeah.
He's the ghoul guy.
I love his character in that, because it's like, he was like, you know, like a 50s, like, old Western actor, right? Before the bomb dropped.
Yeah. And then
and it was like, imagine you're one of the people who was in cryo sleep, who watched old Westerns back in the day. You get unfrozen and learn that John Wayne is out there actually acting like a cowboy.
It's so funny, just like, oh my god, I know you. I watched all your movies. It's like, oh, that sucks. Prepare to die, idiot.
Exactly. Anyway, that's the start of Wild West Winter, everyone. I hope our cats and their hypothetical exploits keep you warm through these colder months.
Yeah, you'll be safe by the campfire, listening to the stories of our Wild West cats.
Yep. Hear the tales of Salem Cash, the sheriff's cat. Anyway, Avalon, do you got a cat pun for us?
I do. How does a cat get pumped for the day?
Cat Pacino?
I'm not sure what that is, so no. The answer is...
It's coffee.
Oh, a cat okay, yeah. For some reason I was thinking of pachinko.
Oh.
Don't ask. No. They get pumped by saying their positive affirmations.
Oh. Well, there you go.
All right, that's it for this episode. Goodbye, everybody.